Hi, this is Kevin Garlington with TotalTennisGame.com, and I wanted to bring you a special video. First thing I wanted to say, congratulations Roger Federer on winning your 7th Wimbledon Grand Slam and tying the record with Pete Sampras. That's an amazing accomplishment. Roger Federer is an amazing champion, and one thing that I think always puts him in position to win a tournament is his incredible footwork. Roger Federer makes movement look effortless on the tennis court. Although he's had years and years of training, we can learn some very simple, basic things that will drastically improve our movement on the tennis court too. So if you want to move like Roger Federer, keep watching. The first thing you're going to notice about Roger Federer's amazing balance and agility is his base. The base is the width between both of his feet. A great base allows you to move faster and keep your balance under pressure. So when he's either changing directions or running after a different ball in a different direction, his base supports him and allows him to stay balanced to hit a great ball. Most players at either the recreational or even higher levels tend to have a smaller base. What this means is it's going to make you more liable to topple over, especially when you're running after a difficult ball. You'll notice one thing with all the really great pros and the great movers is that when they get stressed, their base gets bigger and they tend to get lower. The question I always ask my students is, would you rather be in a fast sports car going around a corner or an SUV? Obviously you want to be on the SUV so you can topple over. Now, you want to be in the sports car because it has a lower center of gravity and has a wider base. This will keep you balanced under difficult situations. The second major thing you're going to notice about Roger Federer's footwork is his recovery positions and his recovery footwork patterns. Now, I'm not going to talk about recovery positions because I've already done a video on this, and I'm going to leave a link at the bottom of this video. But I am going to talk about his recovery footwork patterns. Most players move out to the ball and they tend to shuffle back to the middle or the recovery position. This is fine when you're close to the center and you don't have a lot of ground to cover. The issue is when you do have a lot of ground to cover, shuffling back is very inefficient. It takes way too much time. The type of footwork you want to use is called the crossover step. And after you learn this, you'll be moving like Roger Federer too. There's 4 parts of the crossover step that I'm going to go over in this video. I'm going to break it down step by step so you know exactly what I'm talking about. The first phase is called the base and first step. The second is called the breaking step. The third is the crossover. And finally, the fourth is the shoulders facing towards the court. I'm going to break each one of these phases down so you can go out and practice each one until you can put it all together.
The first thing I want to talk about is having a wide base again. This is going to support every movement you do on the tennis court. If you don't have a wide base, your balance and agility will break down. So make sure your feet are at least 1.5 to 2 lengths of your shoulder apart. The next thing we're going to talk about is a drop step. The reason why you need a drop step is that it's going to leverage your body weight against the ground. In simple terms, this will give you the greatest amount of push-off and explosion on your first step. How you're going to do this is moving your outside leg under your body. Once you've moved your outside leg under your body, you can now use your outside leg and your weight shift to push off and get to the ball even quicker. The second thing we're going to talk about is the breaking step. The reason why you have to use a breaking step when you build up a lot of speed is because just like a car, if you hit the brakes, you're going to lose your balance. Your body's going to jerk and go down. You want to maintain an even level balance while hitting the ball. The second purpose of the breaking step is it will also allow you to recover in the air so you're ready to move to the next shot or recover back into the center of the court. This happens because you're going to shift your shoulders back in the direction of where you want to recover as you're hitting the ball. The third thing we're going to talk about is the recovery crossover step. This allows for the most efficient and quick movement back to your recovery position. If you were to shuffle, it would take more energy and more time. By turning your hips in the direction you want to recover to and crossing over, you're going to cut down on the amount of energy used to move back into the center of the court, and also you're going to be more explosive and allow yourself to move much quicker. The fourth and final thing I want to talk about is as you're recovering using the crossover step, you want to make sure that your shoulders are facing towards the net. This will allow you to do a split step at any time and be ready to change directions again. If you get caught with your shoulders facing the direction you're recovering and your opponent goes behind you, there's very little chance you can change direction for your entire body. But by having your shoulders facing the net, it will allow you to instantly split step and be ready to move in a new direction. Now let's watch the whole thing together, starting with the first step, moving to the breaking step and the recovery, to the crossover, and followed by making sure your shoulders are facing the net.
One more thing I want to mention is by having better footwork, you're going to be more efficient. And by being more efficient, you're going to use less energy. One question I always have is, have you ever seen Roger Federer look tired on the court? If you have, let me know. But if you have seen it, it's probably very little or not at all. Now, when you go out and try to practice your footwork, I want you to go out and practice one thing at a time until you get it. After you get the first part, go to the second part, and after you get all 4 parts, then you can start putting it together. I recommend you go out and you practice it like I showed you in the demo. Practice it without a ball and a racket so you can get used to the swing and the movement before you add in the ball. If you've enjoyed this video, press the like button and leave any comments or questions you might have. Let me know how your footwork is after this video. I've enjoyed making this video for you, and I hope you got a lot out of it. Go out, play tough.